Or trace.
Or a foot.
Good evening, everyone. It is time for the regular meeting of the Prairie Municipal Authority. It is July 6, 2015. Roll call, please.
Stroller.
Here.
Morrow.
Here.
Moxley.
Here.
Eversole.
Here.
Marshall.
Here.
Franklin.
Here.
Gilbreath. Colburn. Johnson.
Here. I do declare a quorum. For the invocation tonight, our minister didn't show up, so I'll take care of the duties. If you'll bow with me, please. Father God, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for these good people who are here to serve their city. God, we ask you for your guidance, your blessings, your wisdom. Your heart be our heart. In Christ's name, amen. Amen. Consent agenda item only is to approve the minutes of the previous PMA meeting of June 15, 2015.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Stroller.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Moxley.
Yes.
Eversole.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Any comments from assembled pertaining to the PMA this evening? We do have one issue on there. Anyone need to discuss that? Seeing none. Any proclamation, commendations, reports, or inquiries by the governing body? Let's do the agenda. Any inquiries? Seeing none. Item 6. This pertains to our airport hangar lease. We have approval. We want approval for construction and sublease agreement. Our city attorney has provided paperwork. It was included as far as I could read. So, what is your pleasure on the list concerning it of our city manager and city attorney?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
As item A, 6A. Excuse me, I turned too far. The hangar lease. Roll call, please.
Stroller.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Moxley.
Yes.
Eversole.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Request, approve request the qualification statement for professional engineering services at Perry Municipal Airport and to solicit those proposals. So often we need a civil engineer or a surveyor or something of that nature at the airport to help them in the functions of the airport and design and planning for the future. It is time we send out a solicitation for qualified engineers in airport work to provide us a proposal for those services. And we're just asking you to
Motion to approve the request.
Second.
roll call, please.
Stroller.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Moxley.
Yes.
Eversole.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. The next item is to provide a committee to review statements and make recommendations on those applications or proposals we may receive. That is a FAA requirement that we have this position. There will be a committee selected. As you see listed here in the city administration, it recommends a trust manager, a trust secretary, the CFO, airport manager, the trust chairman, and the trust attorney. And other members as we may find suitable. Mary, the trust manager, is that not you?
That'd be me,
The trust secretary?
that'd be Dixie.
All right. The CFO, of course, is Meacham. The airport manager is back there hiding behind
Mr. Engel.
Mr. Engel. And the trust chairman, I believe, is me, and the trust attorney is Bryce. So, you can see we have a committee, but if anyone is interested in serving that, to have input on this council, we invite you to volunteer to serve on that.
Gordon?
Jim Franklin, Ward 1, Post 1, Ward 2, Post 1, sorry, Jim. Anyone else wishing to be part of that committee? Seeing none. Ask for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Moxley,
Yes.
Eversol,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Received notice of permits from the Oklahoma Department of Environment. This is for our permit for the water line WL 40521503110 to put in the water line going, to replace the old one going over to Center's Corner. Is there anything you want to add to this, Mary?
It's just a requirement when DEQ reviews and approves the permit. So we submit our application and the plans to DEQ, and when they send back their approval, it's just a matter of having it on record at the next council meeting or the next authority meeting, basically, to accept.
Do we do that on all of our water lines we put in?
We should. I mean,
Yes, we do.
I didn't ask if we should, I asked you.
well, it's not, we don't.
That one around the corner.
I remember doing this before, so.
Yeah.
Maybe the really small ones we don't, but, you know,
Yeah.
if there's plans and specifications, we send those into DEQ for approval. So,
If it's with our own forces, it might be different. They're replacing a short.
If there's a permit required.
Yeah.
if there's a permit
Because
required,
if it's shorter, then there's not a permit required.
Make a motion that we acknowledge receipt of the permit and make the proper notation in the minutes.
Second. Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Moxley,
Yes.
Eversol,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Item 8 is new business. Any new business need to be brought before council this evening.
Make a motion to adjourn. Second.
Motion second to adjourn. Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Moxley,
Yes.
Eversol,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. It is 6:22 PM. I do call to order the regular meeting of the City of Perry City Council. It is July 6, 2015. Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Here.
Morrow,
Here.
Moxley,
Here.
Eversol, Marshall,
Present.
Franklin,
Here.
Gilbreath, Caldiron, Johnson.
Here. First item is a consent agenda. You have items A through H. Any of those you'd like to discuss in further detail?
Make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Moxley,
Yes.
Eversol,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Any comments of those assembled concerning the agenda for this evening? Comments from those assembled? Seeing none, item 5, proclamation, commendation, reports, and inquiries by the governing body. I wanted to say a couple of things, and that number one is thanks to Gary May and Tom Davis for the fireworks display on the 4th, to Brenda Stouts, Wayne Emmons, Brian Thomas, Sam Harmon, Mary Rupp, all the other city employees and volunteers who made that come together, and as safe as it was. Congratulations to some people, Sarah Trotter, Amelia Patterson. It was Peterson, didn't it? Amelia Peterson. I'll get this right in a minute. Sarah Trotter, Amanda Peterson, sorry Amanda, Ty Bushyhead, Solomon Crude, and Coach Perry Trotter for the 4th place finish in the national shooting games. That's big time. And really, sorry I messed up, Amanda. Congratulations. Anyone else? I'm suffering from jet lag. See jet lag?
There it is.
From my
I rest my-
vacation in Orlando.
Orlando.
Poor Orlando. Whoever he lived
It's not that far to Orlando.
It's jet lag. It's only a 15-minute drive.
like,
You don't know how to do it. Item 7. Oh, do I have to have those?
well, we could skip over those.
City manager's
Actually,
way, that's way
You all
down
have a
there.
copy of it?
Yeah, we could read it.
Go ahead, Mary, I'm sorry. City manager.
Thanks for bad TV, they all just sit around and watch us read.
You may have noticed that the city of Perry now has a Facebook page, an official Facebook page. And we were pretty blown away by how many likes we got the very first day. It was like, wow, this is exciting. If you haven't already gone to that page, it's the City of Perry government organization, I think. But if you put City of Perry, Oklahoma, it should come up. Please like our page so that you can see the good stuff that we're posting. We'll be posting information about city programs and services, utility outages, both planned and unplanned if we can, and then other current city topics. And we really want this to be a positive educational outreach to the citizens and residents of Perry. And if anyone has ideas for posts that you think would be helpful, please pass those along to us. We posted the agenda this morning for this meeting tonight, and we'll do that on a regular basis from here on out. And we'll try to do it a little sooner than Monday. We'll probably put it on there at least Friday whenever the agenda gets finalized, and we'll put it on the agenda for the weekend. Baseball complex is finally looking like it's a baseball complex.
Yes, it does.
And still a while before it's going to be playable, but the sod continues to go down. The sprinkler systems are being tested. Concession area is pretty much finished. Installation of foul poles and scoreboards and entry sign. Entry sign isn't quite finished. There's still a little bit more to do to it, but it's up. And per our contract, the city is now mowing and maintaining the fields that have been sodded, and when the rest of the sodding gets down and ready to go, we'll be maintaining that as well. So that's part of our duties. I'm hoping to meet with the coaches and the folks from Perry Kids. We had a meeting scheduled last week and it didn't work out, and then we scheduled it for tomorrow night, and I'm wondering if our weather might not, agree with us.
You have jet lag too?
I know.
She went to Morrison.
No, I didn't.
She is a Kansas. Don't we make her mad?
Anyway, I'm meeting with the Perry Kids to get their input and ideas on a number of things, and I look forward to their input and sharing.
Yeah, we had that.
Jason's nephew.
Yeah. I just want people to know that that's what, it's no acronym for some space camp or anything. It's actually the nickname of the young man at the ballpark.
For a very deserving young man
Yes.
that was very well respected in the community.
And mainly serves as a role model
Yes.
for all of Perry youth to aspire to, be as dedicated as he was, and just an all-around good person.
Mary, will there be not a memorial?
dedication. There will
A
be a
dedication, but will there also be a stone or something out there that will explain who he was?
We can do that. I think that would be
I think it'd be
helpful
a good
because a
idea.
lot of.
I do too,
A lot of
because
people
people
don't
that
know
come
what
to
he
the
meant.
community
We
aren't
do.
gonna know that, and
Maybe our, work with,
We can work with that.
yes.
We have
Okay,
we have
thank
some
you.
local
All we
business
need
people
is the
that do that.
information, and we can get a plaque produced.
And I'd just get with John and Lori, the one that
Yeah.
need to provide that
Right.
information.
No, just the,
We have
all the information.
we have the
we need to
resolution, the naming
Yeah.
resolution, and there's a lot of information in that.
And there's a good
We
one
could-
out at the ball field too,
Okay.
high school field, if we put one out there.
And we are starting to plan the dedication and the Grand Slam opening.
Yeah.
Instead of grand opening, it's going to be Grand Slam opening.
You're gonna have some kind of little
We'll have lots of.
tournament or something?
Well, we at least want to have some games. I don't think we can, the field's going to be ready enough to support a tournament, but we could have a couple of games. So, anyway, and I've had some good volunteers already for that, and so looking for more.
2 10 and under teams will play each other on there.
Uh,
I said, I know 2 10 and under teams that'll play each other on there, if you want. Any chance? to
Are
play
you
more
throwing
baseball?
down the
The
challenge?
gauntlet is good for that.
No, we're not 10 and under, we're 8 and under, so.
Oh,
Yeah, he's 8, yeah. I already-
Oh, okay.
Well, no wonder you won't play.
That project, so I think the contractor may be moving in this week, if everything goes as planned. A new building official has been hired. His name is Dave Surratt, and he will be taking Jason's position. Jason is planning to work through the end of July. Dave will start on the 13th, and that will allow him to have time to work with Jason, kind of work through the processes, transition from, some of the files and all that, and also to meet people and, get to know the community. Dave comes to us from Cordell. He and his wife are looking for a home and a small acreage to purchase. Like every Oklahoman, they have a horse.
Good people.
That they need an acreage. So, anyway, I believe he will be a really good fit for Perry. But Jason has, his shoes has big shoes to fill, I guess I should say. The ordinance reducing the number of utility payment extensions, also known as pink slips, reducing those to 2 a year for customers with good payment history, went into effect July 1. And we are pleased to share that many, many customers have stopped relying on the pink slips. They just said, we'll just go ahead and pay our bills. We're thrilled. This eliminates them having to pay the penalty, eliminates city staff time to have to track and send out notices. And the number of cutoffs for non-payment this past week was less than 20, which is like a record low, I think. Maybe not a record low, but it's one of the lowest.
Significant.
Yes, yes. The utility rate increases that were passed by the council went into effect July 1 also, but the bills that were just received by our residents are still under the old rates. The new rates won't go into effect until the bills their next bills. But fair warning, because of the warmer and humid weather in June, they are trending higher.
No, I just got one.
Yeah, everybody probably just got their bill, so.
Fred's showing depression tonight.
Everybody turn the lights on.
Solar.
Our annual water quality report, otherwise referred to normally as our Consumer Confidence Report for 2014, was published in the Perry Journal as required by the Safe Water Drinking Act. It's also posted on the city's website, or will be, and copies are available at City Hall. This report details about where our water comes from, which is McMurtry and Perry Lake, what it contains, how it compares to the regulatory requirements, and this year for 2014, there were no variances or exceptions. And Perry's water is treated by disinfection, which involves the addition of chlorine to kill off the bad stuff and leave the good stuff. And as always, the water department, if you have questions or concerns, their number is 336-4100. And that's a 24/7 phone. There's always someone there to answer that. Last item I have is the June, our City Hall window display for June features the fire department. And while I'm talking about the fire department, fire has an opening for a full-time firefighter EMT. And applications can be downloaded from our webpage, or stop by City Hall, or we'll mail you one, or however it works out. So we do have an opening and taking applications. That's all I have to comment on tonight, and if there's any questions.
I keep getting asked this all the time, and I keep telling them it's super double top secret, so I can't tell them yet. And I don't know either, so it's so super duper top secret I can't. The restaurant that is supposed to go in next to the Wyndham, has there been any talk about that anymore?
I haven't talked to Matt Azure Johnson for quite some time. I mean, I know he's here, and there's a lot of work going there, but I haven't talked to him.
But as far
I
as you know,
follow
the
him.
wheels are still turning in the background, that's gonna happen.
I assume so. I mean, they have an option to purchase additional land that would be for the restaurant.
Mhm.
So,
And it's got a time period on it, so.
Right.
they have to exercise that option.
Yes. Do you guys remember that time?
It's so many, it's
I
from
can
the
go back and
opening.
read it.
Isn't it from the opening?
60
of the-
days from the opening.
No, it's like 1 year or
Yeah.
2 years from the
Yeah.
opening.
Yeah, I thought it was
From the
1
opening.
year.
It's 1 year from the opening, and it's not a very long option because they didn't pay. And we didn't charge them for the option, but, I mean, they are building huge.
But there's a lot of activity out there.
Is there a time window, was it that they had to start in or they have to be finished by?
But we have a finish date, that they have,
Gloria may have the inside.
that they have to finish by.
What?
I talked with him about it, and he told me he had 3 options he was looking at. One was IHOP, one was the steak place like where you throw peanuts on the floor.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, and then the other one was Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
And he really wants one that will serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And with talking to the people, he said it seems like Cracker Barrel was the preferred restaurant. But he didn't
Amen.
say
We'll
when
go
or
right
if it
there,
was,
right.
but he had talked with us.
And they have a gift shop, so that's even more sales tax.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
That's right.
Well, I was hopeful when they said they required a little more land next door, so
Right.
I was wondering.
Right.
Well, unlike Mary, I don't think there's anything going on out there. I just,
No, there is. There's a lot going on out
you
there.
know, I drive by there all the time and they're just standing around kicking dirt. So,
Well,
The pad for
somebody's got
Google's
to
dirt.
yeah, exactly. I just didn't know if there was a date that they have to be finished by.
I thought it was like
we gave them like a year, like
6
18
months
months or
or a
something.
year or something.
There's not like there's they bought the property and paid, fair market value for it. It isn't like, I can pull it up right now and see, but, it wasn't like we gave them the property, on the John Vance, and required something of them. That was a straight real estate contract.
Yeah, but to get the option to buy the lot next to it as
There was a requirement that
had
they
I think
had
it's,
to
For a
it's
deal, it
a, it's
was-
a certain time from the date of their opening.
Yeah, I think it's a year from
So,
now.
But I can find it right now, I have
It's
it.
not that big a deal.
I did want to note that I spoke to the attorney today, Jim Kelly, and he mailed the deeds to Perry, but he mailed them to my building.
oh,
And my building doesn't have a mailbox, and so he got them back today, and he's mailing them today, and so we will have all the deeds by tomorrow or Wednesday. There's still a couple mortgages that we need to get releases on, but we have all the deeds to all the property for the frontage road. So, that's good.
That's good.
And we did file eminent
And that-
domain, but we won't need to proceed on that against the owners. And if the mortgage holders release their mortgage, then we won't have to do any more, which I'm trying to get that done. It's like, there's one person hanging out, so it's a California bank, so.
Then any time frame as far as the highway department moving after?
Well, once we get the deeds, I want to mail the deeds to them
yeah.
and
We have
And tell
to
'em.
mail the file documents, after they've been filed, send those into ODOT. And I've got it ready to go.
Cool.
And they extend us an offer for us to purchase the land that we need. They've already had it appraised, so we know what it is.
Good to go.
I think that's a neat part of this whole project.
Any other questions? Let's see, man. Thank you, Mayor.
I do have one other item. I do apologize that the pool was not open on Friday and Saturday for the 4th of July weekend. I was extremely disappointed. We are a little short on lifeguards, and we're really short on lifeguards that want to work on a holiday.
There's a difference.
So, I didn't, it wasn't without trying, let's put it that way. So we do regret, because 4th of July,
Yeah.
I always went to the pool on 4th of July, I just, you know, part of it, so, so we apologize, and hopefully we won't have that happen again.
I always work the 4th of July.
Any other comments? Item 7. This is a list of contracts and resolutions that we will bring for you. Each one has to be approved separately, so we go into each one. Item A, consider approval of tourism development contract with the Perry Chamber of Commerce. City administration recommends renewal of this annual contract with the Chamber to provide tourism development services for the city during fiscal year 2015-2016. The compensation is paid by receipts from motel tax. And this compensation annually is $36,000. Has been ever since Bill and I got on council.
I talked to Mary a little bit, and I think maybe some of the others have the same concern that I felt,
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No,
What?
go ahead, I'm sorry.
I felt like that we ought to have some kind of say-so over, you know, Brett came to us and was showing us the pamphlets and the stuff that, the businesses that were in the pamphlets, and that's what he used our money on. And there was Lucille's in Mohall. There was another one that wasn't even in Perry. I don't remember what it was. But my concern was maybe we ought to have the right to review that before they spend that money or buy those pamphlets or publish them. And I was wondering in the contract if we wouldn't want to put some kind of detail that Mary could view that or have the right to have a discussion with them about what they're putting in those papers. What do you think, Bryce?
Yeah, I mean, we could absolutely have that. I mean, there's no problem that, we did, I think everyone saw the, I mean, we did add a provision in there to make sure that, that members and non-members of the Chamber of Commerce would be treated the same. That has been an issue, and that was, of course, an issue with advertising.
Exactly.
So that's how we sought to address that, but I hadn't considered the further issue of what you're saying is that's, you know, prior approval before they make a large, you know, purchase, particularly.
Well, and I don't know if approval would be the right word. I mean, I don't know. I think that we ought to have a right to see it prior to them spending our money to purchase.
Even if Mary's Bladeville, if she could, you know, someone, an oversight to look at it, because I think that kind of, that one ad, I think kind of sparked all of our attentions a little bit.
On page 2, item 3 provides, one of their contract provisions is to advertise Perry in appropriate tourism publications such as blah, 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 and other event guides such as Green Country. I don't know if you wanted to add something to that with review.
Which one was, which item, Mary?
Page 2, it's the item 3.
Item 3.
Okay.
That would be the
Review and
place to
approval
put
by the
that.
city
Yeah.
manager.
I mean, I don't know if you want to put review with prior review and approval, however far you want to take it.
By the city manager.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that there will still be a favoritism towards chamber members.
Well, that's who supports the chamber members. So
Well, that's not what we're paying for, Gordon.
I agree, Bill, I'm not arguing with you, I'm just
Mhm.
making a point.
If they want to put out their own flyers and pay for it themselves, we won't have a say so.
That's the reason their chamber members should have been as observant of that as we were. I mean, the chamber members pay for this too. So I think to have a phrase in here to be reviewed by the city manager would be, I think, something that would be appropriate.
What's the goal of that, you want to ensure that they,
I want to ensure that we're not paying for Lucille's in Mohall or Clicks in Pawnee or.
so I just wonder if we just put the words review in there, so all you do is you know that it happened before they publish it. Does that really ensure that they're not going to, I mean, because they could, as they send it to the publisher, they send one to her and then it's already done, so. Or does it
Well,
have
that's
to be
why, that's the
approved?
reason I'm asking
But
Bryce,
prior-
what
prior-
terminology that
prior
we need to be
review.
able to review prior to it going to publishing.
Right.
I mean, I don't think that we need a seat on the chamber,
No.
but I think we have the right, if we're gonna give them $36,000 a year and Brett's gonna stand here and say, I spend your money on this. We should have a right to protect our money a little bit. And,
Unless someone like Clicks and Lucille's wants to join the chamber.
They
Well,
are.
they are.
And that's what I'm saying, if they're, you know, I think there's a fine line, we gotta be careful there though too, because I mean, if I'm a chamber member and I'm paying for that, I mean, I want somebody, I wanna be published at some point too, but maybe it's not the front page or whatever, you know, of it, but, cause I mean, you take a chance of, they're gonna lose members too if we say, we're
They-
never gonna put them in there.
Yeah.
You know, either, I don't think we do that.
I mean, there's businesses in
Yeah.
Edmond that are members of our chamber. Just got one last
There are-
one.
There are a
Yeah,
lot.
Stillwater, you're right.
So, I'm wanting to stay away from the word approval and just put.
well, we're
review by.
we're promoting Perry.
Yeah.
We're not promoting Edmond, Pawnee, we're not promoting Mall, we're promoting Perry.
Right.
But you're getting outside businesses to support Perry though by what is and I don't know what the members.
Membership.
But it goes back to the division of dollars and how do you divide the dollars between local Perry Chamber business members and outside of Perry local business members? How can you separate the dollars and have an audit that gets you there?
Yeah, because like Tim brought up a good point, is that they're paying dollars into the chamber too,
Mhm.
and so they're expecting some level of advertising and
But
stuff. so-
it's only the city's money that goes in for these publications.
Right.
Because they
They
keep
said
their-
right here and said that.
They keep their,
Okay, so-
they keep the chamber
Yeah.
and the tourism money separate.
But I think we say review though, and because my deal is, we've never really, up until this year, it's really not fair to say that they've done everything wrong. If we done our part to give them what our expectation is of that 36.
Yeah, that's true. At least have
Yeah.
something in there, a process to give them feedback.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, how about at the end of that clause, subject to the review of any such publication by the city manager prior to the expenditure of monies from this contract for such purpose?
That sounds complicated.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That sounds like,
That's a few more words than I.
Well, in the council's defense a little bit, prior to you being on the council, we have asked.
hey, Bill, you're taking it part, I'm not
No,
saying.
I'm just
don't
telling
take
you,
it personal. saying we
I'm
need to
telling
give
you that we
expectations.
have told them our expectations in the past, and they haven't
I
listened.
didn't say that for anybody to take personal, I just,
Well, I want you to know that we have expressed our
not saying,
concern.
not saying you haven't, I'm saying.
Well, it's
since
good
I've
to
been on
have
there,
it, it's good to have it explicitly written down, because maybe Brett's not the chairman at some point, and that other person needs to know that too, so somebody can pick it up and read it,
Very
see
true.
what's expected of us, and they can see that. as
Good
well.
point.
There you go.
I think it needs to be in black and white where there's no shades of gray.
Me too. All right.
So do we need a motion
We
to
need a motion.
have the disclaimer?
If, Bryce, could you read the item 3 again?
Yeah, it would say advertise Perry in appropriate tourism such as Red Carpet Country, State Event Guide, Oklahoma Today for the celebration, and other event guides such as Green Country, comma, subject to the review of any such publication by the city manager prior to the expenditure of monies from this contract for such purpose.
Do we have a motion?
A motion
Second.
to approve that.
Motion and a second. Roll call, please. Thank you.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow, Moxley,
Yes.
Eversol.
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Item B, consider approval of resolution 2015-10 of the mayor and city council of the city of Perry, Oklahoma, supporting participation in the FY 2015-2016 Oklahoma Main Street Program. Approval of this resolution along with approval of Main Street contract demonstrates the city's support of Main Street. Adoption of the resolution is required for continued participation in the Main Street program.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Moxley.
Yes.
Eversol.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Consider approval of the service contract with Main Street of Perry Incorporated. This, the city administration recommends renewal of this annual contract with Main Street of Perry to provide services for 2015-2016. The compensation is paid by receipts from the hotel motel tax. Annual compensation to be paid under this contract is $36,000, which is the same amount as of the previous year.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Stroller.
Yes.
Morrow, Moxley.
Yes.
Eversol. Marshall,
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes, thank you. Item D, consider approval of contract for services with David Payne as consultant to the Perry Planning Commission. The city administration recommends renewal of this annual contract with David Payne to provide consulting services to the Perry Planning Commission.
Motion approved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Moxley.
Yes.
Eversol.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Item E, consider approval of the contract for services with Perry Senior Citizens Incorporated. City administration recommends renewal of this annual contract with Perry Senior Citizens Incorporated to provide senior citizen services for FY 2015-2016. The contract provides city pay the utilities of the senior citizens building and provides a senior citizen director.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Moxley.
Yes.
Eversol.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Consider approval of agreement with the Northern Oklahoma Development Authority, DBA Cherokee Strip Transit. City administration recommends renewal of this annual contract with Northern Oklahoma Development Authority, Cherokee Strip Transit, for the provision of transportation services to the residents of the city and the surrounding area during FY 2015-2016. Contract provides the city pay $450 per month in consideration of transportation services.
Motion moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Song.
Yes.
Marshall.
Aye.
Franklin.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Item H, consider approval of third option of municipal solid waste collection and disposal contract with Davis Sanitation Incorporated. City has an option to extend this contract under the same terms for an additional year at a 2% increase. Approval of this third option will extend the contract through June 30, 2016. Questions, comments?
I have a question on that. Does that take care of the little known thing we have, recycling with the paper here in town? It does not?
No, those are bins that were provided by an outside contractor, I believe. Jim's here, though. Mr. Davis is here. so-
Yeah, no, that's someone, it seems like it's someone from Edmond or someone puts in there.
Yeah, it was a completely different entity.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was.
It's their bins and their deal to pick up. There's one behind the paper. Is there another one?
There's one, used to be one at the lower elementary, I don't know if it's still
No,
there.
That's gone now.
They're gone.
I think it's gone.
And there was one by the Parks Department, and it's gone.
So it's just one at the, behind the journal now?
I'm aware of.
They just forgot it. I said they just forgot it, and they were told by somebody other than us that they had, and they still haven't come and got it.
Do they empty it though?
Once. No, I don't think it's been emptied at all since that transaction.
Might ought to give them a parking ticket, chief.
There's really no one other than Jim Davis that I care for us to do business with, but have you talked to him about some of our recent concerns? And
I'm sure Jim would just love to talk to you about it.
well, I mean, I understand your business is tough. I'm not
He's
saying.
had some, I know. Jim's had some turnover.
I was getting ready to say, you've got our lifeguards.
So that's where they went.
That didn't come out right.
He's had some employee turnover of some key positions, and the service has suffered. But Jim has been working on that. I think he's spent some time, couple of days, at least in Perry, getting things straightened back out. And we continue to log, the complaints that we receive. We log those and fax those to Data Sanitation, so they're aware of the missed services and all of that. So
It's quieted down, I assume. Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't heard as many,
My trash got picked up today, so.
You're good.
Last week it didn't, and I called Dixie, it was like 4:30 on Friday or something, I'm like, and we went out and did something, come back, it was like 6:30 or 7, and it was picked up, so they got it.
Good service.
Jim was out picking up.
You had your personal pickup?
I did a lot of babysitting, but.
Yeah, no, it was good this week, so.
There's only one comment I have concerning the service, and it's just one that nitpicky by me because someone in my household is
She's a resident.
she sees a nail, she gets it. And when they pick up the trash at the county, which almost everyone in the county thinks that's their trash bin, they dump building materials and everything else in there. And this last time, when they drove away, they left debris on the ground, which is, it's not that that's an inexcusable thing because it happens, but in that was hundreds of nails and screws that were left in the pavement of the alley for our police department, our fire department, and our sheriff's departments to run over. And my wife with her new car, which she went out there and swept it herself and picked them up and put them in the trash bin. So all I would ask you to do is have your drivers and employees to pick up a little bit of that debris so I don't have to hear it.
Actually, I've heard that too, and I think Jim and I have talked about it too, about, when they dump or they, pull the stuff out, there might be a few things that fall on the ground and they generally walk off and leave it, and it's an irritant to the customers, but they're supposed to have everything bagged, so I'm not sure why it's.
Sometimes the citizens can help that, especially nails and things like that. I
Yeah.
mean, common sense tells you don't throw it in a trash bag or it's
Well,
going
they
to go
do.
through, so.
I mean, and
Put
as
it in
people
a
drive into
container, they
town,
don't fall
dump
out.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been happening that way ever since we started the
I
service.
think the car wash is the worst place.
Yeah.
Everybody dumps there.
Yeah.
I don't know, behind my store is not a convenient spot for most everybody.
Well, they do a good job out in our neighborhood, I will say that. Now, I've got a lot of neighborhood kids that don't want to put their trash when they're drinking Gatorades and stuff like that in a trash bag. So about every 3 months, I've got to dump it over and clean it out. But
Yeah.
that's going to change pretty quick because they're going to stick their heads down in there.
Once or twice a teacher.
I do apologize for the inconsistent service lately. I've talked to every one of the employees down here, and I've actually brought in crews from other places that know the routes. And when they come through town, I say, you check that route, make sure it's done. And that's why there's been a few late nights. It's been another crew making sure things are done right. We pride ourselves on picking up around kids and taking the extra stuff because they need them jobs. And if they don't start doing them jobs and do them well, then automated trucks will be doing them, and they don't want that either. So, because right now, Perry's pretty close to employing 10 people in sanitation between the ones that haul off the roll-off containers out the transfer site to Butch, who runs the transfer site, and then the 6 guys at least that work in town and on the 2 trucks. So there's a lot of job at stake, and that's what you, when you have a guy in a key position who gets to work and you replace them, then you have a few hiccups here and there. So the guys on the back start acting like children, and then they play with the new driver and it gets silly. And there's no excuse for it, but we want to do a good job for you, and they appreciate their job, and I do too. So we want to make sure we do it. So, and cleaning up around the cans and cleaning up whenever they do make a mess. That's part of their job. It's not in the contract to get anything but bags, but I say we're going to get it all. So, and that's what we do. And we're willing to go up in the yard and go behind the little pretty, closing for the trash and get all that. And which you'll get some that they get smart. They say, well, it's not bad, and then we have to go through school to learn. Hey, you work for us, and this is how we want it done. So, and that'll happen. You'll have them doing good, and then they get a little lazy, and it takes a little bit of correcting to get things back. As far as the town goes, I think your town looks immaculate. You can go to a lot of towns in a lot of different areas, and I think they say, our town looks pretty nice, pretty clean. So, and we're from time to time, when I come down and look, and I think, well, the alleys look a little dirty, I'll spend the money and send more trucks down and say, let's get these alleys cleaned up. We don't even look like this, and do that extra service that it's not part of the contract, but it makes us look better, and it covers a few wrongs, because in business we're not perfect. We never will be. We will strive to do our best. So, that's our goal. So.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Further discussion or question? Roll call.
Stroller?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Moxley?
Yes.
Eversol? Yes. Marshall?
Yes.
Franklin?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody needs to get hold of me, you're more than welcome to call. If there's ever any issues, just, if it's a Saturday or Sunday and it's just bothering me tremendously, you're getting a lot of phone calls from citizens, then I need to know about it, because I want to do a good job. So, maybe something I don't know about. Sometimes things just, my guys don't want to tell me when they're doing anything wrong.
Wonderful.
That's funny.
I thank you for the job, and my boys think they're grateful to have me.
Thank you.
Move on to item 8. Consider approval of application and certificate of payment of number 9 in the amount of $124,559.96 to DC Bass Sons Construction Company on the Perry Sports Complex. This is a payment.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions concerning the solicitation? Roll call, please.
Stroller?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Moxley?
Yes.
Eversol? Yes. Marshall?
Yes.
Franklin?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Consider authorization for soliciting bids for job project or 24 26,421, is that just JP, is that,
Well, that's their,
that's
That's
ODOT.
ODOT.
That's ODOT. I should know that. Soliciting bids for JP 26,421, 06 in the hole, State Highway 86 Cedar Street Waterline Relocation Project. The Department of Transportation is proceeding with construction of a new bridge at Cedar Street where it intersects with State Highway 86. As part of this project, the city will be required to relocate its water lines. Due to the scope of the project, bids are being solicited from private contractors. City will be reimbursed for the cost of water line relocation.
Motion approved.
Questions? Roll call, please.
Stroller?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Moxley?
Yes.
Eversole? Yes. Marshall?
Yes.
Franklin?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes. Item 10,
Mayor, can I back up just a minute on that?
got a question?
Yes. I think he had asked last time if the railroad was gonna be able to do their work at the same time that this is gonna get done. Have we heard any more?
I have not contacted the rail division of ODOT, and that's who I need to work with. But my first contact would be with Brian Taylor here at the division headquarters and just let him know that, and make sure he's aware, he probably already is, but make sure he's aware that there's the rail project and the bridge project, both at that same location. So just to make sure that we try to do our very best. Obviously, the bridge project is going to be much longer than the project to fix the railroad crossing on Cedar. But as long as it's sometime during the time that the bridge is
Exactly.
closed, that's the main thing. So.
Okay.
We need Connolly to call him.
Hmm?
We need to appoint Connolly to call him.
Yes, we do.
Actually, we deal with ODOT on both projects. The railroad is a partner, but ODOT is they're the driver, and they're the ones that pay the bill, or the majority of the bill.
Rail branch and construction branch, you gotta get on the same page. That's what you're asking us to try and do, that's what we're trying to do.
Thank you.
New business. Chief,
I just kind of wanted to throw out there, if you're looking for something to do this next Saturday night at 8 o'clock, we're hosting the 5th annual Police versus Fire softball game. And I remember last year we played, well, last year was the first year we ever beat the firemen. And first play of the game, we had an officer taken to the emergency room. And about the 5th inning, we had a fireman taken to the emergency room. And I get a call from the mayor, and I mean, this game's intense. He said, one more comes out the emergency room. As a mayor, I'd be coming out and shutting that game down. And I said, oh, no, you're not, because we finally won.
I had to haul the firemen in myself. They wouldn't even leave the game. Haul him in.
You were sitting on the front row watching.
So anyway, it's great family entertainment. I believe the firemen will probably bring an ambulance and possibly a fire truck out for kids to look at, and we'll have some police cars out there. But Saturday night at 8 o'clock at the softball complex, if you're wanting some free entertainment, come out and watch it. It's a good time. Watching us old guys play softball.
While trash talking.
You should take donations to.
I go out.
Buy
Yeah, for
Band-Aids or
some,
something.
we'll take donations for some Lexall 454.
There you go.
It's a good time.
Thank you, Chief. It was entertaining, to say the least. The guy dropped back and catch a fly and hit him right in the face.
First play, first pitch. Guys in the emergency room getting 18 stitches in his face.
He's like this, no, like this. I didn't get it.
Well, the
So is it.
firemen did win the Guns and Hoses blood drive challenge, so, you know, they're
Yeah.
Fired up.
They're pretty
At
fired up.
least they got a trophy for something this year, so.
So it's
Still love trash talk.
Now we'll
Oh,
get,
Wayne's just
we'll
back
get
there
him out. Thank you for the new business. Item 11, consider convening an executive session for the purpose of negotiation concerning employees and representative of employees of Lodge 137 Police and Local 4242 of the Fire Department.
Make a motion to convene into executive session.
Second.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Stroller?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Moxley?
Yes.
Eversole? Yes. Marshall?
Aye.
Franklin?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Motion to reconvene.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow,
Here.
Yes.
Moxley, Eversole. Here. Marshall,
Aye.
Franklin,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Item 13, take any action deemed necessary pursuant to executive session, including but not limited to, item A, consider approval FY 2015-2016 contract with the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge Number 137.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Moxley.
Yes.
Eversole.
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Part B, consider approval FY 2015-2016 contract with Perry Professional Firefighters, Local 4242, bargaining agent, International Association of Firefighters. What is your pleasure?
Make a
Motion, go ahead.
Approve.
Subject to their approval.
Yes.
Yes, subject to their approval, yes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. That is amended to subject to their approval. Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Moxley,
Yes.
Eversole.
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Item 14,
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
motion and second. Questions, comments, concerns? Roll call, please.
Stroller,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Moxley.
That's pretty well over there.
Eversole.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Johnson.
We can't figure out where to say here, yes, huh?